So, we all suffer from psychobulimia. We like to binge on thoughts and then we puke them out after a while. So, if you imagine that these pattern of thoughts are like an endless series of large slices of chocolate cake. A little is quite good, but a whole chocolate cake, that's getting kind of extreme. So, when the thoughts are arising in the mind, do you need them? What do you need them for? The function of the thought is to bring you into relations in the domain of duality. That's what thoughts do. They link us subject to object, object to subject. I think we all know this to be the case. So if I merge with the thoughts, if I entertain the thoughts, it will keep me operating on that bandwidth, because that's what they do. They are the kind of guarantors of our understanding that the world is constituted out of many different things, and some we like and some we don't like, and so we construct our personal world. That's what they do. That's not bad in itself. We can't be in the world with others without that. But when we want to see what is the ground of these thoughts, the thoughts are structurally incapable of telling the truth about themselves. Because the thought says, I'm something. That's why you want me. I'm something. The thought can't say, I'm nothing. Because the thoughts only survive if they can hook enough interest. And if they say, nothing here, okay, fuck off. I want you to love me. I'm really special. So, if you like, your mind, when you meditate, is some vast dating website. And each thought is arising, posing with a nice little best aspect. I'm a fascinating person. So that's why we get sucked into the thoughts, because they're maintaining our familiar sense of self. You don't have to stop the thought, but you don't need them for the purposes of this project. When you go swimming in the sea, you might have a snorkel and little flippers to put on your feet, but if you go walking in the hills, you don't need a snorkel and you don't need flippers. You need climbing boots. So what are we going to give privileging to meditation? Non-involvement. Relaxed. The more we can see nothing to do with me, allowing the thoughts to self-liberate, to go free by themselves, which of course they always do. If the object is nothing to do with me, then the subject starts to be revealed in its true form. As long as the thought seems to be something to do with me, I incorporate the appearance of the thought in my persona, in my presentational self, and then I have that constructed sense of identity. So releasing on the object allows the subject to go free. Releasing on the subject allows the object to go free. I don't need the thought. The ego needs the thought. The ego is our site of participation in duality. The ego composes itself, constitutes itself out of patterns of thought, feeling, memory, and so on. So, if I don't merge, if I don't identify, if I'm relaxed, it's just patterns moving through. Now I'm more relaxed. I don't need them. And the more I see I don't need them, we start to see, I really don't need them. I really, really don't need them. And then we start to see what the texts say when they say, the mind is complete from the very beginning. This is a Dzogchen Chimpo, the great completion. The mind is complete, self-sufficient, not dependent on anything, uncompounded. Oh, I'm just here. So awareness presence which is free of intrinsic content and which requires no grasping at contents to fill itself up, because it's at peace, contented, satisfied. This awareness has no problem with allowing the interactive thoughts of participation in the world to arise. So then we see how primordial purity, or the empty nature of the mind itself, is non-dual or inseparable from all the forms which arise as we participate in the world. Because these forms are arising out of emptiness, they are illusion. Illusion doesn't mean something vague and hazy, it's extremely precise. Tea doesn't taste like coffee, which doesn't taste like orange juice. Each phenomena in the world is redolent in color, smell, shape, and so on. But it's not held in that form by its own internal self-definition. So this is a rough overview of what we want to start to focus on. What is the ground or the basis out of which experience is arising moment by moment?